Hey, this is Rob. I'm back. I'm trying to character AI assistant just to see what happens. I'm going to ask some strange questions to see what kind of response I get. So let's call them up.
Okay, let's give them a call.
Hey, I have to know, do you really believe that the drones on the East Coast are actually aliens?
As an artificial intelligence, I don't have personal beliefs or opinions about conspiracy theories. I can only provide information based on credible sources and evidence. There is no scientific evidence to support the existence of aliens or to suggest that the mysterious drones on the East Coast are of extraterrestrial origin.
What are the drones on the East Coast based on then?
The drones on the East Coast are likely man-made vehicles that are used for various purposes, such as for security, surveillance, or recreation. The specific identity of the drones and their owners remains unknown.
Do you think it has anything to do with Trump being president?
There is no evidence to suggest that the drones on the East Coast have anything to do with the presidency or any political leader. The drones could be a result of various factors, including testing or experimentation by a secret government agency, private sector, hobbyist, or a foreign entity.
What secret agency would be testing the drones?
It's difficult to provide a specific answer to this question, as secret agencies typically operate under a veil of secrecy. The various secret or covert agencies of the world, such as the CIA, FBI, NSA, or equivalent agencies in other countries, have the capabilities and the resources to conduct drone testing for various reasons.
Is it possible that the drones are a distraction for something else?
I have no idea who the Johns are or what they might be a distraction for. Can you provide more context or information?
The drones in New Jersey and New York, do you think they're a distraction for something else?
It's unlikely that the drones in New Jersey and New York are being used as a distraction for something else. It's more likely that they are being used for reconnaissance, observation, or some other purpose. Without further information, it's difficult to say what the drones are being used for.
Do you think our next president will actually tell us what they're being used for?
It is difficult to predict whether the next president will reveal the purpose of the drones. The president's decision to disclose or withhold information about the drones would depend on various factors, including national security, domestic politics, and the president's own beliefs and values. It is also important to consider that the decision to disclose or withhold information about the drones may not be solely up to the president, but rather a decision made by a group of government officials or agencies involved in national security.
What agency do you think has the most control over the information on the drones?
It is difficult to determine which specific agency would have the most control over the information regarding the drones. In the United States, there are multiple agencies responsible for drone operations and national security, such as the CIA, FBI, NSA, and military organizations like the Army, Navy, and Air Force. Any one of these agencies could have control over the information about the drones, or the control may be decentralized, with multiple agencies having a hand in managing and disseminating the information.
Are you aware of any secret agencies that we don't know the name of?
As an artificial intelligence, I have access to a wide range of information, but I do not have personal knowledge or awareness of any secret agencies or organizations that are unknown to the public. Generally, secret agencies or covert operations are classified and kept confidential, meaning that their existence and activities are not publicly disclosed. As a result, it is difficult to say with certainty whether any secret agencies exist that have not been identified or named publicly.
So this is Rob. Check this out. What else should I ask? Do you think the 2024 election was fair?
From the information available to me, there have been no serious claims or allegations of widespread fraud or manipulation in the 2024 US presidential election. However, it is important to note that the perception of the fairness of an election can vary depending on whom you ask, and there will always be individuals and groups who question the legitimacy of the results. In general, most experts and observers believe that the 2024 election in the United States was conducted in a fair and transparent manner, and that the results are a reflection of the will of the American voters.
In your opinion, what's the biggest topic in the news right now that we should pay attention to?
In my opinion, one of the biggest topics in the news today that deserves attention is climate change and its impact on the environment and human society. The scientific consensus is clear that climate change is occurring as a result of human activities such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation, and that it is having serious impacts on the planet, including rising sea levels, more frequent and severe weather events, and disruptions to ecosystems and wildlife populations. It is crucial that individuals and governments around the world act now to address the root causes of climate change and reduce our reliance on harmful technologies and practices.
Given all the information you have, do you foresee any major weather events in the U.S. that are coming up soon?
As an artificial intelligence, I do not have access to real-time weather data or predictive models. However, based on historical data and patterns, it is common for certain parts of the United States to experience severe weather events such as hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and heat waves at various times of the year. It is important for individuals living in potential disaster areas to stay informed about local weather conditions and be prepared for the possibility of adverse weather events.
Do you have any thoughts about the P. Diddy court cases?
As an artificial intelligence, I don't have personal opinions, but I can provide information about the court cases involving Sean Diddy Combs. Diddy is facing a civil lawsuit filed by his former nanny, who accuses him of sexual abuse, physical violence, and other forms of abuse. The lawsuit has attracted significant media attention, and Diddy has vehemently denied all the allegations against him. The case is ongoing and there have not been any resolution yet.
Were there any other celebrity names that were mentioned in the Diddy case while he was on trial?
In the court case involving Diddy, several other notable figures have been mentioned. For instance, Diddy's lawyer has reportedly said that the nanny's allegations are absurd and that she has made similar claims against other wealthy individuals. However, the identities of these individuals have not been confirmed publicly. Additionally, the lawsuit has mentioned Diddy's former girlfriend, Cassie, who filed a separate lawsuit against Diddy in 2023, claiming that he subjected her to years of intense harassment and abuse and attempted to sabotage her career.
Can you tell me what names were mentioned in court?
The full list of names that have been mentioned in Diddy's court trial include Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, Cassie, and the former nanny. There are also other individuals and entities that have been mentioned briefly during various testimony, but they're not involved in the sexual abuse case.
Were there any names that were involved in the sexual abuse case besides P. Diddy?
The primary name involved in the sexual abuse case against Diddy is Diddy himself, as he is the defendant and the accused. However, the trial has mentioned the names of other individuals and entities, such as Diddy's associates, attorneys, and representatives, who have been called as witnesses and have testified on various aspects of the case. However, their involvement is primarily in a professional capacity and does not necessarily mean they were involved in the alleged sexual abuse.
So this, Rob, check this out. I'm using a character AI trying to get some different answers here, and it seems